Shabbat shalom to everybody. You can come. I'd be happy to have you join me. Seriously. It's good to gather with everyone this morning and to especially celebrate Gabby's bat mitzvah with family and friends who are here this morning. Last Shabbat, we began reading the fifth and final book of the Torah, Devarim in Hebrew, Deuteronomy, its English name. This book is quite different from the first four books of the Torah. The Jewish people have almost completed their journey from Egypt and are now camped already on the banks of the Jordan River, preparing to enter the land of Israel. Most of this final book is Moses' farewell address to the Israelites, who he's led for 40 years. Much of what is found in this book restates what has already been said in the Torah. This Shabbat is no different, as it famously includes the repetition of the Ten Commandments that was given to the Jewish people in the second book of the Torah, Shmot, Exodus. This seems to be perhaps the most redundant section of all of Moses' final speech to the Israelites. The Ten Commandments were written down, engraved on two tablets. Though hidden away in the tabernacle, the words of the Ten Commandments were exact and presumably known to everyone in the Jewish community. Moses simply could have reminded the people of that great moment at Mount Sinai without reiterating a single word here. But why was it necessary for Moses to repeat these Ten Commandments to the Jewish people? Not only did Moses repeat these Ten Commandments, he actually changed their wording. Why? For 40 years, the people understood one version of the Ten Commandments. Now, slight modifications must have cried out to them. Even the slightest of differences must have felt acutely. What did Moses want to achieve in these changes in the Ten Commandments? Some of the changes that we'll find in this morning's Torah reading seem to be minor, an additional "and" or "of." Yet, especially in the fourth and the fifth commandments, a pattern may be detected, perhaps revealing Moses' intention behind this rendering of the Ten Commandments. The fourth commandment, about Shabbat, in Exodus includes that the focus is to rest, for in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and then rested on the seventh day. But this morning, the commandment reminds us to rest, because you were servants in the land of Egypt, and the Lord God brought you out from there with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. And then the fifth commandment, the next one, to honor your parents, includes that you should do this so that your days might be prolonged and that it might go well for you. The Maharal of Prague, a great rabbi from the 16th century, writes that the first four books of the Torah are written from the perspective of the giver, while the final book of the Torah, Deuteronomy, is written from the perspective of the receiver. Moses' changes in the Ten Commandments enable the commandments to more deeply penetrate the lives of the Jewish people. In Exodus, God tells us to rest on Shabbat because God rested after creating the world. But in Deuteronomy, Moses offers us a much more personally meaningful reason for the significance of Shabbat. Remembering that we were slaves, and therefore God redeemed us. The Midrash states that the tablets of the Ten Commandments symbolize the ring with which God betrothed the Jewish people. 40 years later, Moses further elaborates to the fact that this human-divine relationship must be continually renewed and re-sanctified. In fact, this is the perfect time of year for us to do just this. Including today, I don't mean to scare anyone, but there are 7 Shabbatot, including today, until Rosh Hashanah. Roughly 6 weeks from now, we'll gather and welcome in the new year of 5786. During the next month and a half, this is the time where we're asked to do the work, to ask ourselves, how can we more personally connect with Judaism? How can we more personally connect with God? And how do we better connect with our community? Perhaps life got busy or travel got in the way. But now, as our new school year begins, and we enter a more predictable routine, even for those of us who don't have children in school, what changes do you need to make in your life to more personally, more deeply connect with Judaism and with God? Don't wait for Rosh Hashanah to just begin dwelling on this question. We should begin now, so that when we arrive at Rosh Hashanah in just over 6 weeks from now, we already feel ready to jump into the new year, more spiritually fulfilled, more connected to the entire Jewish community. Shabbat Shalom.